there's something you were never supposed to know. While most people live trapped, chasing money, status, and approval, a small group has quietly learned to operate in a state where time and space are no longer barriers. And you, without even realizing it, have already tapped into this frequency. You felt it in those moments of perfect timing, those unexplainable synchronicities, that sudden knowing that arrives out of nowhere. But you were conditioned to ignore it, to dismiss it as coincidence, to believe that real life is only about struggle, sacrifice, and waiting. Let me tell you something, every day you spend trapped in that old logic is another day your energy feeds systems that thrive on your distraction. But now, there is a chance, a real, tangible opening, to break this pattern and access the true mechanism of reality creation. The one that turns intention into event, and desire into fact. This isn't a theory. It's a shift. And it's happening right now, whether you're aware of it or not. Most of us live under the comfortable illusion that reality is fixed, that it follows strict, unchangeable laws. We're taught to keep our attention locked on what's visible and measurable. But that's only part of the story. Behind the solid appearance of things, there's a dynamic vibrational field where consciousness and energy intertwine. And it's here, right here, in this unseen space, that the real architecture of your life is designed. What we call the physical world is just one layer of a much broader spectrum of existence. And quietly, a growing portion of humanity is already learning to operate beyond it. This isn't about moving to another planet or crossing some celestial portal. It's about a leap in the quality of your consciousness. A shift in your vibrational state that changes how events, relationships, and circumstances manifest. This is the passage from the third to the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension isn't some far-off territory. It's right here, right now, in the same space you're in, just like multiple radio frequencies coexist in the air. What changes is your tuning. While the third dimension is dominated by separation, effort, and linear time, the fifth is rooted in interconnection, flow, and simultaneity. That means the job you imagine, the relationship you desire, the life you sense is possible, they don't need to be pursued like distant targets. They already exist, vibrationally, waiting only for your frequency to align so they can collapse into your field of experience. This isn't a metaphor. It's a reality that those who've made the shift feel in their bones. Think about it, from an early age, you were programmed to believe that achievement comes only from physical effort and relentless struggle. You've been taught to chase, to strive, to force outcomes. But what if I told you that equation is backwards? It's not brute effort that creates, it's your sustained internal state. It's the coherent vibrational field, charged with clear intention, that magnetizes people, circumstances, and opportunities into your life. This isn't just spiritual theory. Science is slowly catching up. Studies on heart coherence, electromagnetic fields, and neuroplasticity are beginning to reveal what mystics have always known. Your consciousness is not a passive observer, it's an active creator. You felt the signs, haven't you? Those moments when coincidences multiply to the point they defy statistics. Those meaningful encounters that happen at just the right time. That subtle sense that something, or someone, is coordinating events with invisible precision. Others report physical changes, greater sensitivity to environments, a periodic need for solitude to rebalance, or a quiet inner shift that makes old conversations and habits feel strangely heavy, almost unbearable. These aren't random symptoms. They're evidence of a vibrational realignment that has already begun within you. The teacher Neville Goddard put it perfectly when he said that feeling is the secret. By feeling your desired reality as if it's already here, you reconfigure your energy field. You collapse space-time. You attract the corresponding scenario. What once seemed like a miracle reveals itself as vibrational engineering. This isn't reserved for monks or sages. It's available to anyone willing to let go of the limited view that life is a linear sequence of causes and effects. Here's the unsettling truth. This change is already happening on a collective scale. Ignoring it won't stop it. It only delays your conscious participation. So what does it really mean to live from this space? It means a fundamental restructuring of your energetic system. It's as if every cell in your body receives an update, releasing old traumas, stresses, and emotional patterns that no longer serve you. You might find that emotional cycles that once took years to resolve now clear in weeks or even days. This isn't avoidance. It's deep, cellular healing. With this upgrade comes heightened sensitivity. You'll start to perceive the truth behind words, the real intention beneath someone's smile or promise. This isn't about becoming psychic. It's about reading energy fields as naturally as you now read body language. But this sensitivity demands discernment. You'll need to protect your energy with the same care you give your physical body. Prolonged exposure to dissonant environments will drain you faster than before, so you'll learn to say no, not from judgment, but from vibrational integrity. And then, relationships will shift. The fifth dimension dissolves social masks with uncomfortable precision. Dynamics built on manipulation, dependency, or silent games of victim and savior become unbearable to sustain. You might find yourself drifting from old friends or family, not from conflict, but from a quiet knowing that your frequencies no longer match. This is where you learn one of the most liberating lessons: you cannot save anyone. Each soul chooses its path and pace. Love in the fifth dimension expresses itself as presence and respect, not as fixing or interfering. Your emotional body transforms, too. You're no longer ruled by impulsive reactions. Intense emotions may arise, but they pass quickly because they no longer find internal structures to latch onto. Inner peace becomes your default state. Decisions come from clarity, not urgency. Intuition takes the lead over frantic reasoning. You begin to occupy the role of the observer, creating a sacred space between stimulus and response. In that space, higher consciousness can act. Drama loses its grip. You stop being pulled into conflicts that aren't yours. And then, something beautiful happens. Life begins to reorganize around your internal coherence. Synchronistic events cascade into your reality. A chance meeting solves a problem you've been wrestling with for months. An opportunity appears without effort. A situation that seemed locked suddenly opens. In the old paradigm, you'd call this luck. In the new, it's simply the natural mechanics of an aligned field. You're not controlling the how, you're holding the frequency, and life responds. This is where the old mind, shaped by fear and conditioning, begins to dissolve. You might look at old photos or remember past versions of yourself and feel like you're gazing at a stranger. Mental clarity sharpens. Illusions you once accepted as normal reveal themselves as artificial. The impulse to live according to those old stories simply vanishes. What emerges is a lightness, a spaciousness inside you. Resistance to the present moment drops. Circumstances that once triggered anxiety are now met with calm understanding. This isn't resignation, it's wisdom. It's the conscious choice to stop fighting what is, so you can create what can be. So how do you stabilize in this new way of being? It begins with meditation, not as an occasional pause, but as a strategic tool for vibrational alignment. Meditation is where you reorganize your internal field. It's where thought and emotion come into coherence. It's where you restore your natural magnetism. This is the practice that turns fleeting moments of connection into a permanent state. It's how you anchor the fifth dimension as your home frequency. You are standing at a threshold. The command center of your life is no longer out there, in institutions, in other people's opinions, in shifting circumstances. It's within you. Life ceases to be a reaction and becomes a conscious creative act. Every thought, every emotion, every choice is now a deliberate step in the dance of reality creation. The power was always yours. The question is, will you embrace it? The window is open. But it won't stay open forever. Those who adjust their frequency now will step into a life beyond limits. Those who hesitate may remain stuck in the old machine. The decision is in front of you. And it's made not in words, but in the frequency you choose to sustain, moment by moment, breath by breath, until knowledge becomes lived reality.